Hello, everyone. It's Aria Blackness here. A bit of a weird stream today. You know, of course, if you read the title or if you saw the updates on the Taylor's campaign, that's the main goal of today. Quick update on Taylor's, as in the US fulfillment. That's the priority at the moment because that's the last thing that's left to do, pretty much. As always, there's bits and bobs that need doing, loose ends that need tying up, but we'll get to that shortly. I'm going to bring on Justin, who's here with me today. How you doing, my dude?
Pleased to be here and pleased to see the end of this weekend, I must say.
Yeah. I'm not surprised after what you've told me.
Mm,
Maybe that's topic for
yeah.
off stream. I see Shane's here. Good to see you, Shane. Very nice to have you here, dude. Spread the word, let people know that we're live, because it doesn't really matter if they don't, because I'll post it on the campaign anyway as a quick update. So, and you like the graphic, the video, the graphic goose made it for me, and you know what? I'll hit it again in a second because it'll cut nicely then for like the little highlight that I cut together later on.
One thing you can say about Goose, he makes good videos.
Yeah, he does make good videos, indeed. Actually, he's credited in the Taylor's book because let me see what I credited him as. It's like Top Goose or something. I don't know. I put additional credits, Graphic Goose for his graphics, 3D art, and animation, because he actually made a lot of little bits that you see in the Taylor's book. If Rob were here, he'd be going little bits.
Yeah.
But he made things like the CG Wales logo. He made things like the there's this 3D Taylor's logo that you see pop up a couple times in the book. He made that, and then of course he's got like 4 whole pages dedicated to his work later on in the Taylor's collection, which the US backers will get to see shortly. Before we do the update, I got to ask you that question. What was your favorite Taylor story?
Oh, I'm going to go for one you might not suspect.
Okay.
And that's the Forbidden Romance story.
The Forbidden Romance, right? Why is that?
Because one thing I think a lot of modern characters, especially ones the more mainstream, lack is a bit of personal conflict.
Yeah.
And Taylor is obviously in a relationship, let's just say, that he shouldn't be in. And because I think she's part of the law, isn't she?
Yeah.
And obviously she knows she shouldn't be involved with him, but they're at that crossroads of what to do when they're attacked. That's all I'll say for those who haven't seen it, so I don't spoil it. But I like that because it was very sort of star-crossed but very torn lovers in a very unfortunate predicament, and I like that part of it. I like the conflict. Should we keep doing this? Shouldn't we? Etc. Etc. So yeah, that's why I like. It's a bit of a difference with my storytelling because I like often damaged characters or people that are extremely conflicted. And I think you hit just the right tone with that story.
Ooh.
So that's
Ooh,
what
I'm
I
glad.
like about it. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's that story. Most of those stories, the very first page is always a splash page, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
single splash page. And most of the stories, the idea comes from that first splash page. Like I picture that drawing, then I build the story off of that. Including that one because it's I won't say what it is because we've got US people who haven't seen the book yet. But you'll know what it is, and like that moody shot to start with, that's what inspired the story. And then I listened to a lot of synthwave music. And there's a song called Sleepless Nights. I forget who it's the artist, but I'm sure if you're out there and you're curious and you Google Sleepless Nights synthwave, you'll find it on YouTube. It's a really good song, and just like Neve pointed this out to me, totally fits the theme of that book, just coincidentally. So if you wanted to, the best reading experience for that, stick that song on in the background, then read the story, because about that song, the lyrics, it just syncs. Everything works really well with that story. So
yeah, I've gotten into noir storytelling as of late, and I listen to movie soundtracks and such when I'm writing, and one that I've really used quite a bit is the soundtrack to the latest. Well, actually, I've got it here. Is the soundtrack to this? Yeah, and it's a great noirish type story, and the soundtrack is excellent. It generates quite some good moods. So I've been listening to that whenever I've been writing as of late.
I haven't seen the movie, so the only song I know from the soundtrack is Nirvana.
Yeah, that's not part of the soundtrack of that album, but yeah, that song is very fitting of the way Bruce Wayne's characterizing that, because he's kind of like the lost son of Gotham in this. But if you ever get around to watching it, which I do suggest you do, note the soundtrack, because it's perfect in my opinion. It's a perfect noir soundtrack.
I definitely will.
I absolutely love it.
Like, we've lost Bristolian Dave from the show over the past few months, but it's like ever since we lost him, I've had to pick up the slack, and even I have been going around car boots buying DVDs. And we filled a literal bookcase full of DVDs now from just like a couple months worth of car boots, which is only like 3 or 4, right? And I'm just waiting until I'm not paying for the streaming services anymore, because you know what they're like, editing, censoring the movies after the fact. So that's the main reason why. So we're going
Netflix did physical. Netflix did it to, I think, one of the Back to the Future movies, and I know Disney did it to.
Yeah, Disney are the big ones for it.
Yeah, they did it to Splash, because there's a bit where Daryl Hannah's running back into the sea and she's obviously naked and you can see her ass. Disney digitally extended her hair to cover her backside, and you can see it's that painfully obvious. So I do physical as much as possible. I mean, it's funny you should mention that, because I was my youngest daughter and we were going to watch the Black Lagoon anime that's on Netflix, or was on Netflix, because when I checked it yesterday, they'd taken it off all of a sudden. So luckily I've got the physical release just over there, and I'm glad that I did now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. The reason the reason I bring it up, or the reason that like I started buying the DVDs again, because we went through a phase of just getting rid of them. We had loads that we just sent to charity shops and whatever. But now that I got a daughter, we want to show her the Disney movies. We know that the Disney movies have all been edited to heck from if you watch them on Disney Plus. So that's what's prompted the Bristolian Dave in me to come out and start buying DVDs. Have the physical copies. So I'll wait until I find the Batman in physical and for cheap, because I'm not paying full price.
It's only I only got it for £10 in HMV, and this version that I've got, it's the special features version on the second disc, because they tend to sell just the single disc versions, but the behind the scenes stuff is actually worth watching. But no, Disney are notorious for it, because if they don't edit it, they put warnings on it on the particular films.
Oh yeah, the warnings.
It's like because Aliens, obviously there's that bit where Hudson takes the nick out of Vasquez because she's a migrant, and they put a warning on the start of it about that. I'm like, fuck off. I hate that shit.
I know.
But also a lot of more of the classic stuff, if you want to watch it on digital, 9 times out of 10 you've got to pay for it. So it's better just to buy the damn thing.
That's the thing. It's for the amount of money as well that we were spending on streaming services. I would much rather put that into something that I own, rather than something that they can take away at the drop of a hat. So it's just physical all the way, right? And that's a similar reason. Obviously, I wouldn't retract it. I wouldn't take away digital copies, but it's a similar reason as to why I only did physical copies on the Taylor campaign.
No. I mean, I can show you another one here that I made a point to find on physical.
Yeah. Dante's Peak, nice.
Yeah, because that was on Netflix at one point, then it disappeared. I'm not even sure if it's on Amazon Prime anymore. And as far as I can tell, the physical copies have all been deleted.
Yeah. So I tell you what, Justin, because we're 10 minutes into the show right now, and I'm sure people like Will are anxiously waiting to see what's going on. Let me go through the live chat because we've got quite a few comments today, which is really nice. Thank you guys for rocking up and showing your support. Let's go through the live chat and then we'll hit the Taylor's update and then we can crack on. So where was I? I see Will showed up. Good to see you, my man. I knew you would be here for this one. And yeah, your Taylor's is sitting somewhere in a printing factory right now. More on that in a minute. Good to see you, Edwin. Nice of you to join us. And Mr. Tom Took, good to have you here as always. That tale brought out the depth of Taylor compared to his bravado prior. A good choice, Justin. He's play on words there, tail. You get it? You get it? Yeah, pun intended, but this isn't the right show for that. So but yeah, I'm glad you like that one. That's an interesting one. It's not the one I'd expect anyone to pick out of the 7, was it 6 or 7 books in there? It's I can tell you and Justin are men of fine taste, indeed. Shane saying synthwave music. Do not you know you like that genre? Yeah, I like it myself. Yeah, I obviously I'm into my rock and roll and heavy metal. I mean, look at me, I'm wearing an AC/DC hoodie for a start. But I'm also, like a big sci-fi nerd, and synthwave it's just the thing. So also is easy drawing music, when I'm drawing, stick it on. Don't really know what song is playing, but it's just good, easy listening music. Will says he loves the noir genre. He says, what happened to BD? What does we're talking about Bristolian Dave.
He left to run his local Greggs and he's climbing his way up the ladder to senior management.
Yeah, he's doesn't matter how many legs he needs to break to get there, he'll break them.
Or ladders.
Yes. Tension is a great noir movie. Just watched it 4 days ago. Did we mention that or did Shay mention that? I don't know. Confusing. We've got the man himself, Rob G. Price, has just popped up. Hey!
What's up?
Hello! Are you back from the garden? Okay. He can't hear us yet.
On headphones.
Testing 1, 2.
Wrong headphone.
Good try.
Hello,
Any
hello.
better? Good try. 1, 2. Okay.
We had a Polish sound technician. Mind you, we had a check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Da, boink.
You can tell Rob's rocked up. Good to see you, Rob. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys too.
I
love it when we meet 24 hours early.
Yeah. Yes. Tom.
Yeah. Some people can't tell the time.
Eat your heart out.
I must apologize. I remember saying, yes, we'll do this. And then, and Sunday happened. Cheers.
Yeah. So that's cool. It's no issue. We were going through the live chat and then we're going to get onto the Taylor's update. So, Bristolian Dave's there. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Let us know when you've reached the top of the corporate ladder.
It's got to be a strong ladder. Can I say
that? Rosario Dawson is still in full nude and trans movie on Disney Plus, no censorship. Really? Even considering she's in the new Star Wars show.
Oh, trance! Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that scene. Shane. Check this out. Click, click. Memo to self.
Yeah.
Don't you know that movie?
I don't know.
Oh, geez.
I need to. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Definitely look it up.
Talking of looking up. Yeah, seriously. She went full She was.
Aria, why did you have to highlight that one? For fuck's sake, what is wrong?
I'm literally just clicking through every single one, and then I read it after it pops up. So nice to know, Dave. Does the stream have that effect on you?
I'm so wet.
I'll leave that.
I just got out the shower.
Also, to be fair, great work on our. Are you talking about I thought you were talking about the Rosario Dawson scene.
Dude, that is some wicked architecture.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I've an Amon Amath shirt on. Haha, yeah. I get you, man. Right.
What is that? Oh, wait, I don't get that. What is Amon Amarth?
It's a band. It's a metal band.
Mm.
We were just talking about how, you know, Metalhead listens to synthwave music as well, and so does Shane, apparently. I guess great minds think alike and whatnot.
There you go.
Yeah. Maybe he's a bit Welsh. We all have that psychic link. Well, to be honest, John Dave is always moist, at least some way. And he means the art and the Taylor story. Okay. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of Taylor, I don't want to hold up the stream anymore because it's only a quick update. It would feel like a bit of a waste to go, half an hour into the stream and then for it to be over in 5 minutes. So I'm just going to hit a quick overlay and we'll go into the... Okay, so it's just me for just a couple minutes. Time to get into the meat and potatoes of today's show. US fulfillment. That is the one thing that has not been started yet with regards to the Taylor's campaign. So far, all the UK books have gone out. All the European and international books have gone out. And as far as I'm aware, all but one have been received. One bounced back to me. I'll be reaching out to that backer this week to try and rearrange delivery. So if you are that one person, and I won't say who it is, and you're thinking, where the heck's my book? It's bounced back to me. We'll sort that out. So what's left is the US fulfillment. That's taken a while. The plan was for US fulfillment to be done immediately afterwards, after the European and international fulfillment. The reason we broke it into the 3 different was simply to keep things easier, more streamlined. I mean, it's the first time I've done a comic book fulfillment. It would be a lot of work to do the whole thing in one go. Anyway, so we split into 3. But by the time we got to the US fulfillment, we had a bit of a problem with some shortages in the merch side of things, which is my fault because I underordered originally. And it's also it's not something I want to complain about because I want to actually say thank you to everyone for the big push you gave the campaign right at the end. It meant that we had a bunch of new US backers, which I'm so grateful for each one of you for supporting the campaign. Getting in on it right at the end and giving us that last final boost that took us over 5K. I really appreciate that. But it meant I needed to order more merch, which delayed the process. Some of the merch was coming from the USA. So printing and delivery time on that was quite a while. The delivery on that took us up to the end of August. It's now... We're coming up to about midway through September, and I finally got the box ready to go. I've packed up all the merch because there is a lot of it, and everyone's got something different. There's very few packages that are going to be the same because we had so much variety available on the Taylor's campaign. And it's all packed up now. I've got the Keshis ready to go. I've got the spreadsheets ready to send to RJ because remember, this book is being fulfilled through Critical Blast. All I'm waiting on now is just to get in touch with RJ. I reached out to him today. We're going to hopefully have a quick chat, so we can just go over the last little bits, maybe cross all the T's, dot all the I's, get everything sorted, and I'll be sending him the Tailless merch. I'll also be ordering the Tailless books. They're being printed in Mixam in the USA printers rather than the UK printer. This is all a logistics kind of thing. It would cost a bomb to send the amount of books that the US backers have purchased overseas from the UK printers. So that's essentially where we're at. This week is the week where we get all that finalized, all that sorted. Hopefully, by this time next week, I will update the campaign with a date, maybe a delivery date when I know the books are going to arrive with RJ. And I imagine as soon as that they're with RJ, he'll get working on them and shipping them out in a timely manner. So that's about it. I've got some other Tailless updates to give you that are not directly related to the campaign, but I'll bring the guys back on in a minute and we'll talk about that. But I just want to say again, thank you everyone who has supported the campaign. Thank you to all the very kind and patient US backers. I really appreciate you. And yes, hopefully we will have books in hand very soon. Right. And we can bring on the guys. Hey.
What up?
You're being patient with me.
Hurry up and get your news done.
So this is, from this point on, we can call this a bargain bin light stream or something. I don't know.
All right. Okay. Don't cross the streams.
So I tell you what, I've done my little bit. Let's go over to Justin, because you were telling me you've got some updates as well to talk about today.
Well, first of all, I'm taking part in a Lit RPG promotion tomorrow with a bunch of the other authors, and I'll share my screen here for anyone that hasn't seen this. Share screen. All right, so what you're seeing now is my first Lit RPG book, and it did very well. To see what reviews it got going down. Load up Amazon, come on. All right, so yeah, 4.2 out of 5 reviews. I like that. It did quite well. But the reason I'm mentioning this is tomorrow, and for tomorrow only, it's going to be free. The Kindle version, the Kindle version will be free as part of the promotion I'm doing. So if you have a Kindle and you are interested in seeing what this book is like, tomorrow is your chance. And I believe I still have some audiobook codes left in my little vault for anyone that uses Audible and would like a free copy. The book was narrated by a lady called Candace Roman. It was her first ever audiobook. And not only did she do a great job of it, she also incorporated background music into some of the more tense or action-like scenes. And it's one of my favorites that have been made of my books. Go on,
Is
Rob,
this the same person who did the Crescendo Station?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, very nice. I'll give that voice actor a thumbs up. It was a good performance, indeed.
What I was going to ask is, if you just use the Kindle app, can you still read?
I believe you can. Yes, I believe.
Oh well, there you go. Oh well, there you go then.
Do you know, I actually forget about the Kindle app nowadays because, I have my Kindle here, but I've used it more for editing my current work than I've actually been reading. So, I need to get back into that. But yes, you should. I believe you can use it on the Kindle app. So, give it a look.
Ka-ching.
And,
so, what's the story behind the promotion? Why is it a thing tomorrow?
Well, it's something that my editor and current fellow author Damien Hansen decided to do. He does it every now and then, just as an introduction for new readers into the genre. Books are either discounted or free, whichever feel like at the time. Ataris has been out long enough now that I don't mind giving copies of it away to potentially pull in new readers. So, it's. I mean, I'll be honest. I was nervous about writing it at first because at the time I was struggling with ideas to write, and a friend of mine said to me, "Well, you love computer games." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You should try writing the RPG," and I went, "Yeah, I don't know about that because with Kindle writing, there's a thing nowadays called write to market, which is where you write for a genre that's in demand, and lit RPGs is very much in demand. So I was worried about doing it because readers nowadays are quite savvy; they can tell when something's been written just to be sold." And the author doesn't particularly believe in it. So I thought it needs to be a decent story. I've got to come up with something good. And I like to think I did with this one. It's also my biggest book I've ever written. It was something like 102,000 words.
Wow. How many pages is that? Like, if you get a print copy?
I'll tell you now, Rob. 350 pages.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah. But at the same time, as I'm guessing... as I'm guessing any author knows, you've got to be careful of padding. So I was really worried about padding.
I don't think you got any problems there, buddy.
Thank you, mate. I love you too. But
Nice.
yeah, it's one I look back on fondly. So I'm happy to give it away for people to read as an introduction to the whole genre.
What actually is? Come on, what is actually a lit RPG role-playing game, and how lit is this lit RPG?
Well, essentially, it features a lot of video game statistics or mechanics that take a heavy involvement in the story. For example, in this book, the character gets kill notifications, scores per kill, scores for achieving certain parts of a level, quests or something and such like that. XP for finishing a level because it's inside a virtual reality game. Right. XP for bonus objectives. Essentially, it was a little bit like playing a first-person shooter.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Go on, sorry.
No, you carry on.
It was kind of like a cross between Resident Evil, Dead Space, and an old game I played called Bulletstorm, where if you killed a bad guy in a particular way, you got a funny score, a score and a funny name for the particular kill you've done on them. For example, if you shoot someone in the neck and then run up and kick them, you get a kill called Gag Reflex.
I've been told that's what happens when I tell jokes.
Yeah. I was waiting for someone to respond to that. So it was a kind of a cross of those three for me.
Okay. And can the reader play it like a game? Or is it just that the character, the main protagonist is playing it like a game?
The main protagonist is. I think what you're referring to, the reader playing, is kind of like a choose your own adventure sort of story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which these are not, no.
Okay, fair.
Don't get me wrong, I love those choose your own adventure stories. I always did. The Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone books were excellent, but I wouldn't know how to write one of those.
Yeah, we should actually play one of those one day.
That's online. A big play. Yeah, it's a big thing to play. Yeah. Warlock of Firetop Mountain and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've actually got, I think, 2 or 3 of those.
It's a big game to play, though.
Is it?
Yeah, depending on the size of the book, it could be a big game to play.
The books are only that big. They're like I say, 100, 110, 120 pages.
But yeah, writing that book was a lot of fun because, well, I won't go into it for spoiler reasons. But yeah, if you want to check it out, it's free tomorrow. Give it a look. And if you even want an audiobook code, hit me up. I think I've still got some left.
Woohoo!
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Do that, guys. Go check that out on Amazon. Tomorrow, let's make sure we're dropping links for that so everyone can see it on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Rob, are you working on anything?
Actually, you know what? Yeah.
Tell us to.
No, what I'm gonna do actually, and what I wanted to do yesterday. Okay. Yesterday and today I'm full of excuses. Yesterday I worked in the garden from 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock.
Oh hell no.
Yeah. Damn, my back and I was creasing. But we've got a little summer hut at the bottom of the garden, and it's like a timber frame thing. And the thing is, nothing's been taken care of in the garden for years. So the ground level has moved up towards the wood at the bottom, which means the wood at the bottom is all kind of rotted. So we had to dig out all around the hut, and there's got to be repairs there. Today, I was at the first ever, hang on a sec. I was at the first ever, what's it called? Freaks and Geeks. Yeah, Freaks and Geeks in
I've heard of that.
Well, it's the German version and in Remscheid. And I picked up this and met some nice German cartoonists.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There's oh, there you go, make me big. This I saw the original, and this is brilliant. This is by a guy called Norbert Hoveler. He's been in cartoonistry for years, and you know what? I found out today there's like advertising stuff that I've seen here and there, and it's what he created for advertising. Like there's a specific cow for yogurt, and the cow's called Paulina or Paula. And you guys over in the UK would not know it. In America, you wouldn't know it, but in Germany, everybody knows the cow by sight. So I met that guy and chatted with him for a good hour today, and he created this. This is about AI. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, but check this out. I mean, like, you've got all this going in, and what's coming out? What's coming out the arse is then. That is brilliant. I would not have noticed the tube coming out of the arse if you hadn't have pointed it out. That is so cool.
I like it.
That is excellent. Yo,
very cool.
And I sold 2 rattle and rolls. So hey,
excellent.
Yeah,
you are quite a salesman, Rob. Like, I remember going around the car boot with you, and you managed to flog a rattle and roll to someone who you just bought like a 50p Peppa Pig DVD from.
I have me moments.
Absolutely. I like it.
Yeah.
Good man.
Cool.
I was also going to talk about some of the things that I brought up to each of you, like in part. So I'm going to be hitting the convention circuit pretty soon with
Booyakasha
Taylorless and with Blackness Comics. The goal being, like, the original goal for me when I started the crowdfunding thing was to produce books, produce action figures, and then distribute them as Blackness Comics. That was always the goal. And we're still working on that. But the immediate goal is to build Blackness Comics up more than anything, and to start building Blackness Comics to be an actual publisher or distributor of books. Not just my books, but any book that, you know, is willing to work with me and willing to, you know, fall under the Blackness umbrella. So I've talked to Rob about this. I've talked to some others, and like we haven't really sorted anything, but I'm gonna hopefully try and build this to be a bigger thing now, because I'm thinking, you know, I'm 25. If I don't go for it now, then suddenly I'm going to be 35, and then suddenly I'm going to be 45. And, you know, if I don't try and build this thing up now,
are you trying to piss me off? Sorry, are you trying to piss us off?
No, I get where he's coming from.
Yeah, for sure.
I get baby privileges here just by the fact that, you know, you put up with me for long enough, so you must be used to it by now. Shane saying, would you ever try Belfast or Dublin conventions? I met indie comic artists from Leeds, attend major Irish cons. Yeah, that's the thing. And I would appreciate it if everyone, you know, if you've got a local convention that you know of, if you know the ins and outs, or you know the organizers, shoot it my way, send me a message, because I want to start getting on these conventions, getting into the circuit, so that I'm doing them regularly throughout the year. That'll help me, you know, bring in other creators, help me get their books out there as well. The big thing for me, of course, is always tailless. So one thing that I want the US backers and the UK backers and all the backers on the Indiegogo campaign to rest assured in is that the tailless collected edition, the book that you'll be receiving, is entirely exclusive to you. No one else is going to be receiving this version of the book. There is, you can see how thick the book is. It is chunky. I mean, Justin, do you want to verify? Justin, do you like it thick?
On the weekends, yes. You caught me out with that one.
There we go. Let's put it this way: it's not exactly a floppy, but my point being, you people who have supported me in the crowdfunding stage, you've got something exclusive that is never being released again. The books that are being printed for the US backers now, those are the last versions of those books that are going to the printers. What will be released is something similar. We're calling it the Tailless Collected Edition Light, and I'll share my screen so you can see a little bit about what that's going to look like. Here it is. So very similar cover, but I mean, those eagle-eyed among you will notice slight variations in the color. This is the blue version, quote unquote.
Oh yeah, that's more
the original
lila,
very
isn't it?
Purple. This one's blue. This one's more similar to Carlos Moreno's original colors on the cover, so it's more in line with that. Anyway, you can see right at the bottom, this is the collected edition light, because it's collecting the first few books, the same first few that you'll see in the Tailless Collected Edition. However, what it's not going to include is the big CG UK Meter collaboration book. That's gone. What it's also not going to include is the bonus section, which, again, if you like a big bonus section...
I was so stoked when you put this in.
let me blow it up. There we
go. Make the boner big.
There we go. I wonder how many people are going to see that and just happen to have no clue who you are.
Cheeky bastard! Everybody knows me. The people at the North Pole, like, oh, Rob Price, yeah, we know him.
Yeah, we've heard him.
Oh God.
Yeah. So, and the point being, that bonus section is literally half the book. It's, I think the book was like 160 pages, something like that. The new version is going to be less than half the size. So when I say the
5 pages,
light, it is very light. So so yeah, that's what's going to be coming out. That's what I'm going to be taking to the conventions with me. And then, you know, this is all hopefully going to help with the finances, help free up a bit of time, and, you know, in the lead up to Tailless 2 or Tailless 1. The first full-size Tailless issue to that coming out. That's the goal.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, what I want to know is, guys in the chat, Justin, Rob, everyone who's, you know, loosely UK-based, who's coming out to see me at conventions? Let's meet up. Let's do something. Let's get those photos for the social media.
I think I'll be able to do it, but I need to make sure the cash is there first.
Yeah.
But... I intend on trying to get there because it's been a while since I've been to Wales, and the train's reasonably priced enough. You know, it's 3 goddamn hours, but yeah, I'll do my best to come down area.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. It'd be good to see you again. I see Eric saying depends where they are placed. If the woman, if the woman is,
I think Eric's talking about boobs and not conventions.
Yes.
There may be a little bit of cross communication there. Don't let the
Yeah.
streams cross.
Yeah. Shane, totally come and see me, but you've got to let me know where the Irish conventions are, and I will totally make an effort to go out and do some of those. He says, sounds like a plan. If you inspire me enough, I might get back into the convention circuit again. A few print runs would be in order, though. You would absolutely kill it because of the amount of work that you're doing, Tom.
I know, eh?
Just the sheer amount of prints and posters you'd be able to offer
Yeah,
would
Tom,
be insane.
It'll be perfect hunting ground for you. You should do it.
Did I skip over a bunch of chat? Let me scroll.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. The age ain't a problem. Ask Rob. Blah, 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 blah. If you can pretend to be gay, there's a gay one in Bristol next week. What do you mean a gay one in Bristol?
Convention.
Convention, not boobs.
There's a literal gay convention or a gay comic convention?
So is your comic a bottom or a top?
I don't know. It's just a little salty.
I think Rob nearly spat his beer out.
Some would even say moist.
Oh,
is it really an
LGBT?
LGBT?
Really?
Bloody hell.
Okay then.
Well, I know what. When is that? Is that this week? Is that just gone, or is it next weekend? What did you say? Next week? Yeah.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know what Dave's doing next weekend.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh, you've got to be LGBT to have a table. Well,
no comment. I'm leaving that one alone.
I hate to say if the shoe was on the other foot, but we won't go there. And what convention am I going to?
If the stiletto was on the other foot,
we'd all be walking funny. So, I'm starting with Newport Comic Fair, which is it's not a huge convention. It is, for those of you who don't know, Newport, right on the border, right next to Bristol. So, Dave, you better come over and see me. You know.
Yeah.
I've never met you in real life, Dave. I need a big Dave hug or something.
I'm just reading. I'm just reading.
You're not too wet or anything.
I'm just reading Thomas's latest comment.
Let's have a look.
Oh, hang on. It's that one. Sorry. It's that one. Sorry.
Scotchacon or whatever it's called. It's FurryCon in Scotland. Furry artists, they make a mint. I've heard. Well,
yeah, but
I'm
that's
not exposed to it.
Yeah, but that's if the locals. That's if the locals don't kill you and eat you first.
Yeah.
Scotchacon sounds like it's very closely linked with oh damn it, sellotape. Sellotape.
Okay.
Mind you, see the way my mind works, you mix sellotape and furries, you've got some evil practice with gerbils.
My favourite memory about Scottish jokes and all that. The Duke of Edinburgh, when he was with us, had this habit of saying politically incorrect things in certain countries he visited. And we went to Scotland and he said to a driving instructor in Edinburgh, how do you keep the natives off the booze long enough to get them to pass their tests?
Sober them up with iron brew beforehand.
Yeah, from Corby.
Everyone's driving like a nutter then.
Yeah.
So when's Newport Comic Fair? It is November the 4th. And you can always just, Dave and anyone else who's curious, just drop me a message. I can give you more info. And it'd be good to see people there. And yes, Dave is an enigma. And we love that about you. And yes, furries do have so much money. So, guys, if you've got a friend who is maybe that way inclined, point them my direction and I'll tell them all about my lovely adventure in outer space. And Tom says
that sounded like it was going in such a different direction then.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah. So Liberty, Guns, Beer and Tits Convention. Yeah, I mean, send me a link and I'll go there.
Yeah, sounds good to
Sell the
me.
book.
There's a town there's a town near Cologne called Tits. It's great. Yeah, yeah. I mean, a buddy and I at one point we wanted to make a whole video about like going to see all the sights in Tits.
Honey, I'm just popping out to see.
to enjoy the delights of Tits. And it is spelled T-I-T-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll call you later when I've had my fun.
Oh god.
So,
Tits Leisure Centre.
very good, very good. So I was going to turn this into a drawing stream, but I've not got anything actually up on screen to actually be doing that. So we'll cut that plan there. But guys, do we have anything else we want to promote? Anything we want to boost before we close out?
No, I joined the stream late. I apologize to everybody. We're still doing Bag and Bin tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. So any news we'll leave until then. Wow, us guys twice in a week. Ha!
I've got one more thing I could mention for anyone that's interested. Yes,
Is it
coming up now?
Yes,
Yes, coming up now, Dave.
This
Okay.
just in.
So what I'm doing here is I am launching my next book free to read on Royal Road first before it's going to be released on Amazon. Now, Royal Road is a site where authors publish fiction for people to read for free. And it's essentially a way of both free advertising and building an audience. And I've had a very good reception on it so far, as you can see. First of all, the beautiful cover that Peter's done for me here is very noirish, and I love it. Yeah. And let's see if I've got find the stats for it. I'll have to go back a page. Let's see. Okay, so there's my stats for it at the minute. 4 unique followers, 53 pages and 5 chapters published so far. I've got 1 review, and and almost 700 views on the chapters that I have published. And so far, it's going down well. People are enjoying it by the looks of things. Sorry, this is just the Royal Road advertising. There we go. And the first review that's been written and published, of course, by my editor, because he has already gone through the book for me. And these are the chapters that I've published so far. I'm putting another one up tomorrow. And if you want to read it, simply go to Royal Road here and type in Detective in Mind, which is the book's name in the search bar, and you'll find it. And yeah, give it a look. It's going to be released on Amazon once the book is finished, and hopefully well, it will do well. This was a hell of a book to write, because as I've said before, I took a real interest in the noir genre and wanted to do sort of noir cross with sci-fi. And this book, obviously for anyone that put it back normal. For anyone that doesn't know about books, most of the time when you're writing, when you have an outline, and the outline was great, but then the book just kept going off in its own direction every damn time, and I had to sort of stop, pause, and rewrite the outline to accommodate it. It kind of reminded me of something one author once said: the book writes itself, you just type. And that was exactly what happened here. It finished up at just over 80,000 words, which is a little bit longer than Crescendo Station, and it was a hell of a book to write, and I think I'm going to definitely look back on this one favorably when it's out.
Cool.
But also, one little bonus of Royal Road, which I'm hoping comes true for me, is that a lot of audiobook companies do tend to watch these books be released and see how they do, and if they're worth them picking up. So if someone does pick up Detective in Mind to make into an audiobook, I will be very, very happy, because as much as I'm a big fan of audiobooks and I love listening to them, they're a pain in the fucking ass to make, because you've got to find the right narrator and then conduct it all yourself. And here's a funny one for you. When I was auditioning narrators for Ataris, one guy tried to get text to speech past me, and
Chapter
actually,
1.
yeah,
The guy was in the submarine.
Yeah, but the thing is, the way he'd done it, Rob, he'd literally sort of clipped off the silent bit at the end of the spoken word, so that the sentences flowed a bit better. But I was still able to hear it. And by the way, and if that was you and you're watching the stream, fuck you. But it was, yeah, I'd rather just someone else take that hassle off me. But to get in with a company like either Podium or Soundbooth is literally a dream. So I'm hoping it attracts a particular audience, but we'll see. I'm already planning the next book as I release the chapters for this one. So
right,
I'm being kept busy.
So let me clear something with you. This Royal Road, basically you're releasing chapters as they're done before real end of work editing?
No, this one has been edited.
Okay.
But in future, what I'm going to be doing is I will release them as once I've written them and polished them myself before an editor has seen them.
Okay.
But in this case, he said to me, maybe you should try releasing it on Royal Road. And I was very apprehensive about it at first, but then I realized that it has helped other authors in the past. For example, one series I highly recommend is a book called Dungeon Crawler Carl, which was debuted on Royal Road, and it's a smash hit. The books themselves have gone down like a storm, and those have been made into audiobooks through Soundbooth Theatre, and they're some of the best audiobooks on the market.
Okay, cool.
Because the guy that narrates them is brilliant.
Not bad. Not
so,
bad.
Yeah, it's a cross between free advertising and building an audience. So
yeah,
if anyone wants to read and have a look, be my guest.
Very nice, very nice. I am bookmarking that page right now.
But I'm going to be doing.
Have you put it in the chat?
Oh, I will do it. Yeah. But
I got the link up. I'll do it now.
Thanks, Dario. Yeah. But I'm going to be doing it with all my work going forward because it's just a good way of building an audience.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Justin,
that's us clicking at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you have the Atari Station link as well?
Absolutely. I'll put that in the chat now. Like I said, tomorrow it is free. So if you want to sample my writing and what I'm like, here it is.
Very nice.
What are you like?
Yeah. It's also funny because Ataris was sort of the start of when my writing sort of really started to get better, I feel. And Crescendo Station, which came after it, was where I really felt I sort of crossed a milestone. And well, you know, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I can see where I got better. Yes, Rob, I saw you were thinking there.
Come on, whose horn do you like tooting then?
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I thought that was a bad choice of words. But
it's a perfect choice of words.
Yeah, but I can tell where my writing changed along the way, and I'd like to think with Crescendo Station, I did cross a threshold with it. So,
very good, very good. Right, everyone who's watching, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us as we went through this update stream. Thank you to all the US backers who've been very patient with me, including you, Will, if you're still watching. I do appreciate you. I'll try and clip this up, maybe post it on the Taylor's campaign, maybe tomorrow. Stay tuned for the bargain bin tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern. We probably have a guest on, if he's confirmed. Has he confirmed, Rob?
Oh, right. Shrimped. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll get on that. Have you got a link?
Okay. We'll see.
Get me a link and I'll confirm it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll sort that in a minute. But we may have a guest. We've got some interesting news as well. British celebrities are in the media and doing things and whatnot. So, we'll talk about all that tomorrow on the bargain bin. For now, I'm going to hit that funny little overlay that I've got that no one's seen before.